You have this organization called the Power Cave. Would you like to tell me a little bit about that?
Of course. So the Power Cave is a youth-led, adult-supported organization, and right now we're very new, so not a whole lot of people know about the Power Cave. But I just got cards and we have T-shirts, so we're trying to get that stuff out.
Hmm.
And what we do is we try and make sure that kids can get involved in their community, working on issues that affect them, and they have resources and outlets that they can get to if they need help,
Hmm.
and also stand up against bullying and violence within schools and at home.
Wow, wow, that's pretty awesome. I think so. The Power Cave and Teen Fit kind of have kind of similar goals, don't they? We're all trying to just raise teens and kids up to to be better and to help each other out in life.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your story and just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself so our viewers can kind of just get to know you.
Okay. Well, I'm 14, almost 15. I grew up in a household with a dad until I was about 6, and that's when I was first diagnosed. And then when I was diagnosed, my mother left my dad, and now I have a younger brother. His name is Angel, and he's 12. Or no, he just turned 13, and he'll be coming home soon. So, after after my mom left my dad, when I was going through treatment, I even though I was told that I didn't have very long to live, I was always happy and smiling and happy to see people, and I was always getting involved in making sure that I was using the time that I had because I wasn't actually given a time span.
Hmm.
So when while I was trying to do as much as I could, that was when my bucket list started. And me and my mom actually recently we just went through the bucket list, and we were going through all the different things that I have gone through,
Hmm.
and that I have completed, even though it's not checked off.
Yeah.
And we realized that almost over half of it is done, and I'm like, that's so
Wow.
cool. I didn't even realize that.
Wow, and you're so
And
young.
so, but the reason why I was always happy, even though I'm doing all this cool stuff, was because I was just happy to be alive.
Hmm.
And so, when my cancer went away, and then I was re-diagnosed, and then it went away, and then I was re-diagnosed again. I am 5 years out from the first time I was diagnosed,
Hmm.
and almost 6 years. I decided that I have been put on this earth for a reason. I have been left here. I've been given a second chance at life for a reason.
Hmm.
And so that's when we decided that I would definitely be getting involved in the community.
Hmm.
But I mean, at the age of 12, I want to go make candy and I want to go work at the ice cream shop, I don't know. But as I started getting older, I realized that when I was in school, I wear hearing aids. I don't have them in right now, but I wear hearing aids. And I was bullied because I wear hearing aids. I was bullied because I have two moms. I was bullied for all of these different reasons and all things that were out of my control.
Hmm.
And as I got older, I realized that those were things that I was really getting bullied for, and it took up a huge portion of my life.
Yeah.
And so I decided that I didn't want anybody to really have to go through the same thing, and that I wanted to make sure that people had an option. They had an outlet, and they always had that smart option or that smart choice to take instead of bullying the other people back
Yeah.
or sadly committing suicide and just all these different things. They can choose a better path.
Hmm.
And so that's what the Power Cave is for, and that's how it kind of started.
Yeah. So, I think a lot of people, they don't really, grasp fully, like how lucky they are on a daily basis to, be healthy and to, be, especially, I mean, a lot of us,
Right,
living in the
yeah.
United States, with so many opportunities. What does it feel like, if you don't mind me asking, when you first heard that you were diagnosed with cancer?
When I was first diagnosed with cancer, I was 6. So I was just like, oh, I know that I have cancer, and I know that's not a good thing.
Hmm.
But like I said, I always had that upbeat personality. I was always happy that I was alive the next day.
Hmm.
So there was almost never a day, no matter how sick I was, no matter whether I was about to go into surgery, no matter whether I was I was supposed to die.
Hmm.
I just always had a smile on my face. I was greeting people.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't something that, even though I knew it was a bad thing, it wasn't something that really came to me as I'm going to die. And I know that, even though I did.
Yeah.
It was have to be here, say hi, smile, all that great stuff. And before that, I was in pageants. So growing up, I was always put in front of a crowd. So, I mean, even when it comes to speaking at schools now that I'm older, I mean, that kind of helps. But just growing up with cancer, you celebrate the birthdays and the Christmas and the Halloween and all that kind of stuff. And I did all that in a hospital. So for a lot of people, it's different and it's a little weird. But for me, as long as all that kind of stuff happened, it was fine. It was normal.
Yeah. So what, I know you're really a big advocate on anti-bullying and stuff like that. So if there's a teenager or any youth who's getting bullied, what advice would you have for them?
If they were getting bullied, my advice would probably be make sure that you find an adult that you can trust. Even though, they say this in school and on TV and all that, but definitely find an adult that you can trust. And make sure that you tell them about it. A lot of people don't tell adults about it because they're afraid that it will cause them to be bullied more. And more than half the time, that's why they don't tell. But if they don't tell them, it's going to continue. So all I can really say is make sure that you tell them digital and you tell them a friend that's supportive and you find an outlet and these people that will help you get through it.
Cool. So I actually, because I know from my own personal experience, a lot of the time when somebody's actually bullying another person, it's because, really internally they have problems with themselves. So what advice, to kind of mix it up, would you give to somebody who is a bully, but maybe, is really guilty about it and wants to change, but just doesn't know how?
I would say find an outlet that can help you steer towards a better path. And kind of look back on what you are doing and what you have done and see what you can do to improve.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, as one little parting question, what is the one piece of advice that you'd give to any teenager who wants to rise above in life but doesn't know how?
If I could say one thing, that's hard. There's a lot of things I could say.
Yeah.
I would probably say be a leader and not a follower.
Beautiful, beautiful. I really
because there's tons of videos that kind of present this. If you can be that one person, people will realize that there are people that care and there are people that are trying to make a difference. And there are other people that are trying to help, and you're not the only one. So if you see that one person, or you are that one person, then you're definitely likely to have other people go along.
Wonderful. That's actually some of the best advice we've heard so far when I've given that question. So great job.
Thank you.
Boom. All right.
If you don't mind me asking.
Yes.
Why exactly did you prefer to interview me?
Well, I saw. So at the TEDx team, there's a lot of different people who were speaking and stuff, but I saw in you, just this beautiful spirit who wanted to help people and who really had it figured out on, the internal levels. You really cared about other people and sharing your story and, making the world a better place. And, everyone there is committed to making the world a better place. But I thought that you really had something great that could help, teens worldwide. So that's why I chose you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you have, any questions for me or, anything at all? I mean, if I can do anything for you, I would be absolutely, completely willing.
I actually do have a couple questions.
Absolutely.
When do you think the interview might be published?
I'm probably going to publish it within the week. So,
oh, awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah, so pretty soon, within the next few days. So yeah, it'll be, the Skype interviews especially are a lot easier because you don't have a bunch of different cuts that, you take from different cameras. So this should be pretty easy.
Cool. And one more question. If we could come up with something, would you be interested in collaborating with me in the future?
Absolutely. Just say the word and I'll help. Absolutely. 100%.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely. So, do you want to do you know what your email is, and I can actually email you, and we can collaborate, and think of new cool ways to get together or something.
Oh my gosh, this is so hard. My mom changed the email.
Okay.
So, I know that if you go to thepowercave.com,
Okay.
the Power Cave email is listed on there.
Okay.
And then there is thepowercave@gmail.com.
Cool. I will email you guys probably right when we get off the Skype interview, just so I don't forget.
Okay, cool.
All right. Well, it was truly a pleasure. Even though it was such a short interview, we're definitely going to have more in the future. So it was such a pleasure meeting you.
Nice to meet you as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Have a great night.
You as well. Bye.
All right, see ya.